Welcome back to Real Talk with Iffy. If this is your first time here, welcome to Real Talk with Iffy. Okay. If you are a regular, then you already know we talk about real things that affect our money, our homes, and our future, right? So I've been gone. Where have I been? I have been doing December things. And the New Year's is right around the corner. So I'm preparing. January is the new year, which means new moves. Even I moved here in January last year. So I'm just preparing for those who are flocking over. So let me start with something very important today. We've talked about this. We've talked about this, guys. Um, the year moves fast. And before you know it, the first quarter is already here. So let's just get to it. Okay. If you're living in Nigeria, if you're doing business in Nigeria, if you're investing in Nigeria, okay, if you're earning income in Nigeria, you need to be getting your TIN. Have you got your TIN yet? We talked about this. Have you gotten it yet? You probably haven't. Okay. You got a few more days. We got to get it. All right. A lot of people are thinking that taxes are optional. And they used to be. Let's keep it real. People were not paying their taxes. Okay, but it is not optional anymore. Nigeria is evolving. It is not for the big wigs and the corporations anymore. It is for everybody. So you need to get your TIN, okay? Nigeria is becoming more structured, more digital, more connected, and taxes are a big part of that system, okay? So, TINs this week. Today is Monday. We should be working on that TIN. It doesn't take a lot. If you look at my video before, it's easy. I gave you the website to do it. Let's get to it, okay? So your TIN is basically your tax identity. Without it, you can run into issues. They're actually going to make sure you run into issues if you don't get this TIN. So if you don't have it, okay, you won't be able to open up certain accounts. You won't be able to do business registration, buying property properly, or just moving money smoothly. It's going to be difficult without your TIN. Okay, so before the deadlines hit, let's get it. Okay, but enough about TINs. Okay, well, let's talk about TINs a little bit more because there's been a lot of talk. If you are on salary, then your employer is deducting your taxes and reporting it. So you still have to register for your TIN, but they know what your taxes are because your employer is reporting it. Now, for us business owners, self-employment folks, freelancers, investors, we have to do self-assessment. Okay, we have to declare our income. Okay, so listen up. These payments that we're going to be making at the end of the year, a lot of them are going to be done electronically. Almost everything in Nigeria is done electronically. Some cases you will have authorized payments through approved platforms, bank transfers, structured debits. Um, it's not always going to be an automatic debit unless you've signed up for it. I've been hearing a lot of people talking about, are you just going to debit the money out of my account without me being able to say anything or see anything? And from what I have seen online, that's not the case. You can sign up for automatic debit, right? But they are going to send you something and break everything down before that. So if you see something that's a little off, you can contact them and figure out what it is. And if they see something a little off, they're going to be asking for receipts and things of that sort, that you can dispute or provide, before payment is due. But, the government is tracking compliance more closely now. So the key things to take away from this is just don't wait to get compliant. Let's just get compliant now. All right. So now we'll leave the TIN alone. Okay. And we're going to move into affordable housing in Nigeria. So, over the years, all us diasporas coming over here, it has really raised the hell out of prices here. The first thing I said to myself when I moved here and I started looking for homes is, how is the average person here affording these homes? Like, is this an issue? So when I started to build global properties and I started to do my research, I realized, oh, it is a big issue because no one can afford these homes out here. Like, What people bring from the US is USD, which is so different than the Naira. Like, it's not comparable. Yes, diasporas can come out here and afford certain types of home, but the average person here cannot. And it's unfair for all these houses to be on the market and they be so high, and no one here, is working a job that's paying USD. They're working a job that's paying Naira based on the Nigerian economy. So it's been a huge shift lately, okay? And developers are finally realizing that people want quality homes with flexible payment options, and they are affordable, okay? And so we're seeing a lot of more bungalow style homes. Some of them have pools. I've seen 3 bedrooms, I've seen 4 bedrooms, and they're in well planned estates. Very nice. They're very nice homes. And the payment plans are good. Yeah, they are. So what's interesting is the payment structure. Many of these developers, they allow you to put a lump sum down. I've seen a few of these places where you're putting 5 million naira to 10 million naira down. I believe 5 million naira is like 3,000 something. 10 million naira, I believe, is, I want to say 6,000 something, maybe 7,000. So it's not so bad. It's not so bad at all. And then you can spread the payments um, out for a certain amount of time. Okay. I've seen a place that spreads the payments over 10 to 15 years. So imagine if the house is costing like 65 to 70 million naira, which is like 40 to 50 something thousand, and then you're putting 3 to 7,000 down, and then you're spreading the rest amongst 10 to 15 years. That's quite affordable. That's actually a really great price, even if you're a diaspora, because I know a lot of people, we move out of the country and leave the United States because we are tired of chasing money and we want to have a peaceful life. So it's a great payment plan. But when you break it down, yeah, it's affordable. It's very affordable, and it's very needed because these houses out here for sale for 350 million naira. If I want to pay 350 million naira for a house, I will keep my tail in the States. I didn't come here for that. I did not come here for that. But if you prefer the 2-story big, homes, there's options there too where they initially let you put a deposit down and then you spread the payment over time. Granted, you'll be paying a lot more. But, for some people, that's what they want to do. So, do it. And depending on the developer and the location and the agreement, it can be a shorter plan or a longer plan. I've seen plans where you put a lump sum down and then they spread it over 3 to 5 years. I've seen plans where you put a lump sum down and they spread it over 10 to 15 years. So it just depends on the developer. Okay. But the point of all this is home ownership is becoming more accessible if you understand the structure. But the important thing, okay, is you still need to do your due diligence. We talk about this all the time. You still need to do it, okay? You need to verify the developer. You need to understand your terms. You need to know what happens if payments are delayed. Like, what if you don't make that payment? What happens, right? We don't want to lose our home. And you need to make sure the documentation is clean, and that's including your tax records. Okay. So, because wealth is not just about buying property. Okay. It's about protecting and structuring it correctly. Okay. That's the biggest thing. All right. Now that we've laid that foundation, let's get into the real conversation. Okay. Let's get into the real conversation. All right. So I want to explain why I built Global Properties, because yes, I built a company and it's a transactional company. I help people invest. I help you buy, lease, find your dream home. This is part of what I do, but it is not my mission. It's not my company's mission. It is not why I started Global Properties. Matter of fact, I was not supposed to start Global Properties. When I moved here in January, I was supposed to stay here for a year and then go back home and then come back in a few years with my whole family. That is what I was supposed to do. Okay. But things changed because I love it so much here. I love it here. But anyways, the truth is I am Mama Iffy. That is just who I am at heart. I thrive off of helping people. That's my nature. That's my niche. That's who I am. Okay. When I moved here in January, I didn't know anything. And let me be clear, finding a home in Nigeria is not it's not the hard part at all. Okay. It can be challenging, yes. It can be very challenging. It can be very challenging. But honestly, that's not the hard part. That's not the hard part at all. Okay. The hard part is everything that comes after you find the home. That's the hard part. Okay. When I first got here, I knew nothing. I chose to live in Leaky. All my family live in the mainland. And so I really had to figure things out for myself. Simple things became complicated. Understanding how taxis work, what's safe, what's not safe, not having a bank account, but yet I still have to go grocery shopping and survive. Getting my NIN if because I'm Nigerian, and if you're not Nigerian, getting residency. Getting your driver's license, learning who you can trust, who you cannot trust, and who is trying to take advantage of you. Okay, it was a lot. You had to understand where to live, where not to live, understanding how to shop because things can get expensive if you live in Victoria Island, Leaky. It gets real expensive. You'll be surprised. Finding a nanny who you can trust, finding a driver who you can trust, choosing an estate with good security so that you can sleep at night. And then, if that's not enough, there are just things that happen in Nigeria that are normal, but they're not normal in the States. Okay. Things that nobody prepares you for, things that come out of nowhere, and you are just unprepared, but you still have to go through it. Now, imagine all of that, and you got 4 kids behind you. Okay. That's what it was for me. And then you're trying to make sure that you make your kids feel safe and comfortable and at home in this new country that they've never lived in. And that was the hard part. That was the hard part for me. That was heavy. It was very heavy. And those are the things that matter the most. Those are the important things. That is why I built global properties. Honestly, that is why I built global properties. I never expected to even do global properties at all. But going through all that, it was on my heart to build something to help people come over here and follow their dreams. My services, they don't stop at just getting you a property. The property is the beginning. There's so much more in between and after. Okay. I don't want you to feel how I felt. I don't want you to struggle the way that I struggled. I want you to be prepared. I want you to be informed. I want you to understand the spoken things and the unspoken things here. That way you can get here and you can actually focus on why you came. If you've been thinking about coming to Nigeria and you're trying to plan it out right now, like you should be calling me. You don't have to get here to call me. Call me now. Okay? Call me right now while you're packing up or while you're thinking maybe I should pack up. Call me now so that I can help you. That is what I'm here for. You know, let me help you. I've already been in the trenches and just let me take you on the clean path, okay? From the visas to affordable plane tickets to the nitty gritty of actually getting here and settling in. That is what I do. That is what Global Property does. That's what we help you with, okay? And let me end with this. If you've been on the fence about coming to Nigeria, but it's heavy on your heart, listen to that feeling. Listen to that feeling, please. I exhausted everything to come here. I do not regret that decision. I didn't know what I was walking into, but I do not regret coming here. It is exactly what I needed to do. Next month is January. Technically, I'm supposed to be going back to the States. I was not supposed to be here permanently. I was not supposed to start a company. But I've been here and I do not want to leave. Like, when I think about leaving, it gives me anxiety. Like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to go anywhere. If you see me going back to the States, just know it's because I had to. It is not because I wanted to. Understand that. And best to believe, global properties will still be moving. I'll still be traveling back and forth to do what I need to do for my company. And I will continue to build this company unto the point that I don't even have to see the States again if I don't want to. Okay. So if it's been on your heart, please come. I will help you every step of the way. Like, just come. Trust me. I don't think you'll regret it. And just so we're clear, I'm not a showboat. I do like to dress up, but I'm not here to dance around and tell you this property is great just to get you in there. That is not what I'm here to do. I am here to get you settled. I'm here to get you safe. I'm here to get you comfortable. Like, that is what I'm here for. That is why I built global properties. Nothing else. I want you to live. I want you to enjoy and really experience Nigeria for what it is. That is my mission. That is my company's mission. Okay, it really is. It's helping you really settle in with the side of finding you a house. That's what it is for me. That's what it is. But that's it, guys. All right. I will not see you before the New Year, so happy New Year's. Listen, it's been a rough year for the whole world. It's been rough. So I know a lot of you are going to be drinking. So just be safe, okay? Don't drink too much. And I will be seeing you every other Monday. I will not be seeing you every Monday anymore. It would be every other Monday, but I do have some other videos I want to do that I think that you'll love. So be watching for that. But that's it. That's all I have to say. If you've seen this video today, it is your notice that you need to come to Nigeria and give it a shot. But listen, you will not go through what I went through, okay? You will go through something special, all right? All right, guys. Bye.